Yo, back for a second session for today. Um, yeah, just got some more stuff to figure it out. So yeah, do that. Bright for me. Okay. So real quick, because we didn't do it earlier, just checking out the YouTube channel, seeing what's shaking. No views on the Canadian debates, eh? I mean, it makes sense, whatever. So right now, sitting at 456 views, 8 subscribers, 30 videos. Let's uh let's add that in to daily vitamins 22, 456. We're at 30 views, 30 videos. 8 subscribers. I did stretch. Um I don't really care about the price of Bitcoin today, so I'm gonna take that out of there. Um oh, why did we get rid of that? I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah. Let's look at this. So I was playing with V0. I was playing with V0. One thing we do have to note, I just want to, um, is the right, no, it's not. Okay, so we were playing with V0. Basically, I was able to produce this, which I actually think is like reasonably well done. It took some prompting, but this is kind of the rough format. Um, so V0. Okay, so da 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 da. Um, yeah, so that's some extra stuff. How we generated this was this. Um, so uh, chat GPT prompt to get the following prompt, which goes into V0. Um, V0 prompt. Okay, paste that there. Um, oh, let's switch this. All right. Hoping you guys can see that relatively well. But yeah, so um zero prompt. I'm gonna make a prompt for user re yeah, basically I think what I'm gonna try to do, instead of using the clay agent, which I find is not working what I'm trying, probably gonna configure my own API endpoint, which will use similar technology under the hood, i.e. GPT. So let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of this. So that seems to be like sized in a way that use it for between colors or layouts if the AI suggested something off. Everything it needs copy images is hardwired, so the output should land very close to the old side but feels short. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty okay with that prompt actually. So what do we need to do now? Um we're gonna get rid of all these Clagent things. We're gonna bookmark this tab. We're actually gonna copy paste this here, put it into APIfy console. Cool. We're gonna close this now. Run actor and retrieve data. Yep. Edge mods. Does this look better? I'm not so sure, but I think it's fine. Okay, so yeah, I wonder what other integrations they have. I know that's what I was originally doing, so that yeah, interesting how that happened. Let's look at integration categories, data collection tools, development tools. What are development tools? Check for specific rows in your database. Submit Clay app for external data exchange. Manage Stripe subscriptions. Access and analyze GitHub data in Clay. User details, repo metrics. Okay, so mapping location, marketing, social media translation, localization. Okay, yeah, so integration type, action icon, HTTP, data strength. We only want things that are within. I'm going to say this. We keep it peaceful. What goes around, come back around. Listen when you others speaking. It ain't a good deal if you don't need it. What you need? What's your one? I'm trying to find me now. I was once lost. I did my time bleeding. Now I'm more dog. The bounty hunter, chasing all these comments for favorite season summer. Okay, so um I think um plan clay integrations. Another one on that. Uh, um tech studying and yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Clay study. Make a notebook LM with several links about us, LinkedIn, uh, GTM blog. Okay, so dog. So if we go clay book here, we log in. Would love to be able to essentially what we want to be able to do, Vancouver Dental, this is the sheet we care the most about right now. Does this give us issues what we're gonna try to do here is markdown parsing. Okay, so we're gonna delete this column. We're gonna delete this one too. What we would like to do with this, take action on this list. Write each item to a new row in another table. Ask questions about the items. Write these items, the list of results. An example of how this table should respond would be this. Save and don't run. Let's just see if it does what I'm asking it to do. Apify active results. See if this does what I need it to. My Apify actor is timing out. Listen when you're out to speak. Okay, do we have cursor open? We don't. Let's open cursor up. Cursor here, we're in Pupeteer. Okay, perfect. Da 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 da. I need to configure another endpoint in this server that accepts a JSON object from Clay. Here is an example JSON object. With the object, we will then pass it to Chat GPT O3 model through the API, through OpenAI's API. It will then tidy up the data and return me a better prompt, which we will then pass in with our generate v0 prompt. Don't worry about the v0 prompt stuff yet. I simply want to configure the endpoint to accept the JSON from Clay. We can simply store it in memory for now and console log it just so I know we are getting correct thing before moving forward. Okay, did this work? It didn't work. No object generate, could not parse the response. Fuck, man, what's going on here? Let's just add a column of text. Oh, it exceeds the data. Post data, clay data. Get what you need, not what you want. Okay. Perfect. Now, the issue is that the returned JSON is too large for a clay cell. What can I do about sending? In my head, I have two options. One is I can configure the Apify to return less information, or I could do some data transformation within Clay to make it nicer. I'm not sure what the best option is. I've had a hard time doing any data transformation of the object within Clay. I imagine it's because the cell would be too large. Okay, well, let's go to Apify. Okay, I guess I closed that down already. Let's, I guess it would be here. Apify console. What does it say? Okay, looking at the Apify website content crawler, input config, several fields control how much content gets extracted, which directly inputs the size of the resulting data, like the markdown field. Okay, turn aggressive currently false. Setting this to true tells the crawler to be more aggressive in removing elements it deems unlikely to be main content. This might reduce the output size, but could also remove useful bits. Currently 100. This is minimum character count for a block to be readable content. Um, hmm. What are we gonna do? We're gonna close this, that's for sure. We're gonna close that. We're gonna close this. Well, let's start with our own config. So it looks like that's already done. We're gonna add some terminals here. First one we're gonna watch is tscw. Package.json, npm run watch. Okay, this we're gonna name watch. This we're gonna name server. This we're gonna rename ngrok. Okay, so the server is running npm run start. And this one we're gonna do ngrok http 3000. Okay, let's get this. Close that. Close Ghosty too, even though I think it looks really cool for the stream. Okay, so in here we're gonna edit column. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna add enrichment. HTTP API. Okay, so how do we run this? What did we do before for this record? We're gonna add the column. No headers. We're gonna do post. We're gonna send that there. Okay. Use AI. Post. It's gonna send it to this endpoint. We're gonna do what should my okay. What should I put in the website URL? We're gonna say Apify results. What's this? Should do that? I don't really know. If we go here, we ran the index. Play data. Play data. Let's do that. Let's not. Okay, so place your cursor within the empty quotes. Okay, use place dynamic variable inserter. Add one header. Query string. Um, I will need something that return to Clay. It does this post request. Something like success or error. Let's API handle this. And how would I configure it in Clay? And then run. Oh gosh, what is this? No, I don't. This is not supposed to be a use AI. It's supposed to be. Failed to parse body inputs. What does it say? Incorrect insertion. Did you place the dynamic variable correctly? Make sure there are no extra quotes. Um, URL. Okay, so I validated it. JSON works. Cool. Uh, Save and don't run. What if? Why did it time it with that though? What's going on with their website? Interesting. Okay, so one thing I'm thinking is like, okay, perhaps I need to add each of these as a column themselves. But how do I do that programmatically? I'm unsure. No, it's not working. All of these have errors. Timed out. Perfect. Yeah. I might end the stream there again because I am feeling a little bit dozy. I might watch some basketball and take a nap. Maybe that's what I need. I think I need to rest on this. Because, well, one, I don't really know why the Apify actor is timing out. I guess bigger websites, perhaps. But that's not ideal for us. So I need to look into that. I also need to understand why I can't send this. It doesn't like it. What's really weird is that I can't just send it. What if um no, not that. What if I put text here? I said copy this and then I just paste it here. It exceeds the limit. Okay, let's edit the Apify API file. Did we close that console? Oh my gosh. API file console. What does this thing think? Clay, run Apify. We want to duplicate this. And then for this one, we want to run true. We just say readable. What does it say? Remove CSS. Keep that true. Is it because I'm putting... is that why? Edit column. What if I said no quotes around this? Save and don't run. What about now? Request entity is too large. Okay, so Okay, I fixed the clay call and it is hitting the API, but getting this error. Okay, perfect. Perfect. You are awesome. Okay, so now let's put our API key in the envelope. Env. Where's our env? OpenAI API platform. Um, how do I get my overview quick start? Start building, read and generate text, developer, tailor to use case, API reference maybe. Um, okay, we got around that block. API keys. Why can't I just look at my API keys? Edit, restricted. Oh. use this to receive the results from the clay post, which gets the Apify results. What is in because the following config OpenAI. Yep. Okay, make sure your env is set correctly, restart your server, and run the clay workflow again. All right. Da, da, da. Run start. Imports this, initials the clay, makes your route async, waiting for checks the API key, instructs the system user prompt receive. Okay. Okay. So we're getting what we need. That's good. Now we got to play with the OpenAI's API. Saying I have insufficient quota. I don't really know what that means. I've added stuff. I've added money, that is. It doesn't want to work. I feel like we're heading in the right direction here. I think now that the thing's being stored correctly, we should be able to pass it to OpenAI to then create a better prompt which will then send that to V0. We might have to play with how we ensure that the results from Apify complete. But if the results from Apify complete and we can figure out a way to pass this rate limit thing, we should be able to send the stuff to OpenAI and be like, hey, use this information, clean it, make a V0 prompt, send that to V0. And if that is all good, if that workflow works as expected, then we can look into adding another step with Pupeteer that says, hey, generate this thing. And then the next step would be like, once it's generated, or we could even say like, do revision. And in that, it says like, hey, look at this project. If the project, whatever, put something in the text prompt that says like, refine it now, make it better. We can say, okay, fix any known errors and refine the design as if an Apple engineer had put it together. And then that thing should be able to do that and make it slightly better just so it has a chance to like be like, oh, this is good. And if that all works, then I feel like pretty happy with where the workflow is at. And just because my time with Clay's free tier is running out, that might be where we have to end it. I think the next step after that would be like, hey, generate a cold email. Um, or the next step after that would be like, hey, enrich these companies, try to find contact information for them, and then enrich that by sending using Clayagent a cold email that explains the situation. Okay. And once that's there, I think that's all good. So we got tomorrow and Monday that we can work on that. And then I have a call with Anum from Clay. Hopefully that's a good little conversation we have. Hopefully she can actually like recommend me for the job, and that might be able to get me through round 1 or 2 of the interview process. Obviously I have a connection with George, so um yeah, and I have been live streaming this, so yeah, hopefully they see the value in the work I've been putting in trying to make something cool and useful for this V0 platform, because I do think that this exact thing I do is like a scalable business for some. Um, so so yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Like I said, I'm a little bit dozy. Might take a little nap and then hop back in and play with it some more. Actually, um yeah. I think I'll end the stream there. And then later this evening, I'll probably go study the Clay documentation and stuff. Just because, it's never too early to start that. And the more information I have, the better I know, more I know about the company and the, capabilities of the tool. I think ultimately just puts me in a better position to demonstrate my value and not have to worry about that stuff when communicating and trying to understand if it's going to be a good fit at Clay. Because I think it is, like I've liked playing with their tool. I think that there's actually a ton of places the tool could go. And I do think that there's, you know, a lot of issues with the product that do require support. And so I think I can help with that. Um, yeah, overall, like I said, pretty happy. And take a little break, take a nap, and get back and study. So yeah, daily vitamins part 2 today.